A lot of people have questions about the Family Medical Leave Act, and here to break down what it is and what benefits are available to you is Tom Downey from the law firm of Pellegrini, Seeley, Ryan, and Blakesley. Hi, Tom. How are you?
Hi, Adam. Good, thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about the Family Medical Leave Act and how it works for people who need to take time off from work?
Sure, I'd be happy to do so. There's specific criteria for this federal legislation that was passed in 1993 by Congress, and it applies to employers who have more than 50 employees. And there's specific criteria for which an employee can ask for unpaid leave, and it also preserves an employee's job for up to 12 weeks in one 12-month period. The criteria is if the employee has a medical emergency, a condition that prevents them from performing the essential functions of their job, they can request the Family Medical Leave Act. Or if a member of their family, a spouse, a child, a parent, has a serious medical condition for which they need time off, they certainly can request that. And additionally, if they're anticipating the birth of a child or the adoption, they can request Family Medical Leave Act. And also it applies if someone anticipates that they're being called on active duty in the military. It would apply to the employee or their spouse, child, and their parent as well in that circumstance too.
How does it work in terms of preserving health insurance?
Yeah, and that's probably the most frequently asked question that we have, and perhaps one of the most important concerns that we see from an employee. And it would preserve their right to health insurance at the regular rate that they pay as an employee for up to that 12-week maximum in that 1 year. So it's really important to them to have that continuity of the health insurance and to pay at the regular rate that they've been paying. And also, as we talked about, it has job preservation for at least those 12 weeks too.
And if someone feels they need to go out on leave and want to take advantage of FMLA, how do they go about applying for that? Do they do it through their employer?
They do. The best place to start is probably with the employer's personal policy manual. Each employer should have a manual that just sets out their human resources policies and how to request leave. And that's a good place to start for an employee. Also, if they're a member of a union, they could look at the collective bargaining agreement, the CBA, or check it with their union representative and just ask about just applying for the Family Medical Leave Act. It talks about, I think in a perfect world, they ask for 30 days notice in anticipation of a request for leave under the Family Medical Leave Act. But just by its very nature, when you're dealing with medical situations, not everyone has 30 days notice. So the other request is or as reasonable or as soon as possible, given the circumstances.
I know that if people have questions, they can give you a call at 800-785-5399 or find you online at psrblaw.com. Tom Downey, thanks so much for explaining the Family Medical Leave Act. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Adam.